Good morning, my name is Kip Rumens, and today I'm going to introduce you to the new Lopi Evergreen wood stove. The Evergreen wood stove is a 2.2 cubic foot firebox, takes a 20.5-inch piece of wood side to side, and it also features a taller baffle inside. It's 12.5-inch tall baffle from floor to the bottom of the tube. So before we get into all the facts on the stove, one of the things that you'll notice that this is a whole new look for a mid-size wood stove from Lopi. It's got a flat top, it's got a radiused edge on the top, so it's radiused on the sides and it's radiused on the front. Even the side shields have a slight radius to them as well. So the stove has a whole new fresh look for a mid-size wood stove. It still features the bypass damper for easy start and easy smoke-free reloading. So we always have that feature on our Lopi medium stove. But this is a full convective top and back stove. So it takes the convection air in through the bottom, brings it up around the back, and then comes out through the top. So it's a full convective heater, but this is still a cooktop. This top will still get up to 350 degrees, so you can cook in the event of a power outage. So again, nice feature to have a cooktop and a convective stove. The Evergreen wood stove features unibody construction like all Lopi wood stoves. So the face and sides of the stove are one piece of material, the back bottom, and then the top. So we have three pieces of material to make up the firebox. We're featuring 3/16 and 1/4-inch steel on this firebox. We also utilize this stove, when we measure clearances, a rear wall clearance on this stove is only 9 inches, and that's from the top of the stove, not from the back of the heat shield. So really the back of the heat shield sticks 1.5 inches off the back. So from the back of the heat shield, you're about 7.5 inches from the wall. The Evergreen wood stove features a whole new door look for Lopi wood stoves. This features a transitional door that is rectangular. It's 183 square inches of viewing area on the glass. It features a smaller hidden hinge, and it features a pull style door handle that you just simply lift up to open. The door handle itself is got this nice little lip on it here, this little hook, and that actually, when you lock it down, it actually cinches right in and pulls the door right in. What that does though, it activates this compression door seal. The compression door seal here compresses right down into the gasket. And so what you do is you get your gasket hitting the top, the face, and the bottom side to give you a real positive door seal. It also features 8 points of fastening on the back of the retainer, where the retainer is actually bolted to the cast iron door itself, so the glass is sandwiched in between like the traditional Lopi doors have been for years. So the Evergreen wood stove, even though you don't see it, does feature the perforated air wash that we're used to in the Lopi wood stove line. The perforated material is up on the inside. The perforated screen helps hold back the air so you get more pressure build up, so you get more velocity of air going across your glass. That's no different than when you take a garden hose, turn on the water and let the water come out. When you put a nozzle on the end of it, it builds up pressure and that water will shoot out further and faster. So that's exactly what we're doing with the perforated air wash. It disperses the air evenly across the entire surface of glass. So what you can see on the inside is a nice large firebox, 2.2 cubic feet, 12.5 inches from the base to the bottom of the tube. And the bottom of the tube is above the air wash. So when you're putting wood in, you're not running into that tube at all. You've got a clear loading area. You've got deeper ash retention than we've ever done on a medium-sized firebox. So ash retention, oh, this stove's got the ash pan in it as well. Nice thing about the ash pan inside this stove is you get this little holder here. So this is your little lip here that you can actually pull out the cover plate. The cover plate removes that simple. And then what you can do is just use the tool to move your ash down in. The lip that's on the inside, and we'll give you a close-up of this, the lip that's on the inside is a big, generous lip, so you can actually push any of the ash off so it doesn't get caught. So you're able to put the cover square back down right where it goes. One of the things that we did on the engineering on the inside of the stove is we removed the fire brick baffle. By taking away fire brick on the inside, we're able to raise that height up, and we've used that fiberboard material. Now, one of the differences that we've done in incorporating fiberboard inside of our firebox is we moved it to the left and right of the flue. So that way when a chimney sweep is sweeping down with his brush, he can't come in contact with the fiberboard inside the Lopi stove. It's off to the sides. But by doing the fiberboard baffle, again, it's a thinner material, denser material, we're able to raise that baffle up to get you more loading height inside for your wood. Once you scraped your ashes down inside of the ash pan, simply pull down the cover door, take out your ash pan. And you can see by the size, you can hold a lot of ash in here. Now, this stove can also ship standard on a pedestal base, and in a pedestal base, we have a deeper ash pan as well. The easy to use air control is push it in to close down your air, pull it out to open up your air. And you get response on this air control. When you push this all the way in, you could actually put a piece of paper inside the firebox and watch that paper just sit there on a hot coal bed and not be consumed. And then when you open up the air control, the paper just bursts into flames. That's how much air control you have on one of these new high-tech certified stoves. So the Evergreen wood stove features a couple of great accessories. Number one, it features the 400 CFM 5-bladed fan that's super quiet, moves more air than a standard Lopi fan by far. It's the same fan that we've been using on the Cape Cod wood stove. So you've got that big whisper quiet, huge volume of air fan that you could pretty much run in a medium to low setting and get all the air you've ever wanted out of a fan on a wood stove. So that's what really increases the capacity on square footage of heating on this stove, is being able to put that fan on. Same thing as we have the green start ignition system available on this stove as well. So it's all set up, it's all engineered, so you can add that system onto the stove for quick starts and smoke-free starts as well. So the bypass damper, the nice thing about it is when you open this up, and it's a simple slide system. It's just a gravity system. It's not in any track or anything, so it's free floating on the inside, so it can expand and contract with heat, so it doesn't bind up. Bypass damper, all that does is opens up a hole at the back of the firebox, allows the smoke to go to the back of the box, away from the door, and up the chimney for reloading or for startup. Now, why that's important is startup is critical to how much heat you get in the chimney, how much draft gets established in your chimney, so that you can get a hotter fire going quicker and get that draft established, which makes the stove work better. Without proper draft, the stove isn't going to work right. So by having a bypass and getting that heat all up in that chimney to get that draft established is critical. But every time you reload your stove, three times a day, if you're a wood burner that you burn year round, every time before you open the door, you open up your bypass damper. Again, that pulls the smoke away from the door so that when you pop open the door, instead of doing one of these and backing up away from your door and getting the smoke drifting out in your room, it just goes to the back of the box and gets pulled up the chimney. So it really is a simple feature that works beautifully inside your home. The Evergreen wood stove features some great numbers. One of those numbers is 3.6 grams per hour. The other number is 74.5% efficiency, which is your heat transfer efficiency, which is fantastic numbers as heat transfer goes. It also is 2.2 cubic feet, so loading size. But again, the loading configuration on this box is different because it's got so much more height in it than we're used to inside of a Lopi traditional steel stove. So it's got some features on it that are real user-friendly, but it's got great numbers that back up all this performance. Thank you for taking the time today to learn about the Evergreen wood stove.